Moses had been raised from birth by an Egyptian princess. But when as a youth he protested the enslavement of his people, he had been forced to flee Egypt. His exile took him where he became a shepherd, took a wife, and reared his children. Now he was struggling to reach the top of Mount Sinai, driven by something within him. Tormented by his people's oppression, Moses came seeking answers from his God.
And if I do, it's because you have made me so. I grow weaker, Lord. My limbs, I fear, cannot match the yearning.
Stop our suffering.
End our bondage. I hear, O Israel, I hear! All the years that I've been gone from Egypt, your cries have haunted me. But what can I do? What can any one man do? Thirst, Lord. Lord, I hunger. I perish, oh Lord. Lord God of my Father, I am saved. The mountain did not defeat me. I am neither slain nor sorely wounded, but born again, a new strength. Why, O Lord? Why? I yearn for a meaning, for a reason. What wonder is this my eyes behold?
Moses.
I am here. Who calls for me?
I am the Lord, your God, Moses. I have heard Israel crying out from their bitter slavery in Egypt. I have chosen you to deliver them. You will go into Egypt and to the Pharaoh and bring forth your people from his oppression.
Well, who am I that Pharaoh would give ear to? Who am I that the people would heed? They're surrounded by false gods. And when I say to them that I am sent by the God of their fathers, what will they say? And when they ask, what is your name? What do I tell them?
You will say to them that you have been sent by the God of Abraham, who will free them from bondage and end their enslavement.
God, am I the man for this great task? I am not keenly witted, nor a persuasive talker.
Even now, Moses, you are invested with the power to work wonders in my name. The signs you shall make will be revealed to you, and the earthly powers of Pharaoh will pale before my works.
I hear, O Lord, and I obey.
After 40 years, Moses was to return to Egypt and his people. What he saw saddened him. His people still labored as common slaves, building cities for a Pharaoh who considered himself a god.
Let my people go, Pharaoh. Hearken to his words while you still have time.
The Hebrew slaves build my cities. If I were to free them, who would build the cities for my beloved son when he is Pharaoh?
Do not harden your heart, Pharaoh, lest you destroy your own house.
Enough! We are no longer amused. Begone, Hebrew. Since you can work wonders in the name of your God, here is one for you to try. Henceforth, the tally of bricks to be made each day by the Hebrew slaves is doubled. They shall make twice as many bricks as before, but straw will no longer be given to them.
More bricks, Hebrew.
Pity, Master. We are trying, but the task is impossible.
Then get your help from Moses.
See what your meddling has done, your promises of freedom. We'll be pleased, Moses, for you have freed Malek. He's dead.
Moses. Now our people must toil at night as well, gathering straw. Is this the miracle you bring?
I must be alone now, Aaron.
You are disturbed, Aaron.
For all the villages in Goshen, it is the same. Anger and resentment. The air is thick with it.
There are people who blame Moses for the added work. But there are as many who believe in him and what he is doing. We will endure, Aaron. The Hebrews have become experts in enduring.
I am empty, O Lord. I have failed in everything. Everything. Pharaoh has turned me away in scorn. He has increased the burden on our poor people. And they blame me, rightfully so, for I have been clumsy.
Moses, be of good faith. Return to Pharaoh and tell him, the Lord God says, let my people go.
Why will Pharaoh hearken to my voice, O Lord, when our people turn away from me?
I have raised you above all men, Moses. You shall act in my name, and through you, all Egypt shall know I am the Lord God.
Forgive me, O Lord, for doubting, for faltering in my steps. I live only to serve your will. I will seek out Pharaoh wherever he is. Egypt will not know rest or peace while Israel stays chained.
Grab him! Roll him over! Take him! Now take him! Kill him!
How say you, my little prince? Life or death?
Death. The loser should die.
Not always, my little prince. Sorghum there is a very good fighter.
Yes, that is very true, Father. But you shall be whipped soundly for losing.
Very wise, my son, spoken like the future Pharaoh. Up, up, spare him, so tomorrow he may have a turn at your throat. You have our royal gratitude.
Your Majesty, it is those Hebrews again.
They seem to be everywhere I turn these days.
Shall I remove them?
No. This Moses piques my curiosity. You Hebrews! Have you grown so tired of living that you dare intrude on our royal privacy?
Hear my voice, O Pharaoh, before it is too late. Take counsel.
Your counsel?
The Lord God commanded you to let my people go.
I know no Lord God, Moses, and no man or God commands Pharaoh.
The Lord God says that plagues and pestilence shall befall you unless you set our people free.
Shall we be struck dumb with fear, my little son? You have our permission. Call down a plague upon us, if you can.
It's blood!
In the days that followed, the power of God and his curse upon the pharaohs reached throughout the land. And the people of Egypt found that their water had turned to blood.
For 7 days now, all the water in the land has turned into blood. The fish perish in the river. Our wells and irrigation canals. Even the very pots and jars in our houses are filled with blood. Man and beast dare not drink it.
See how pure and clear the wine from my palace remains. Trickery, or else it is some deception in nature that we do not understand. This Moses is a crafty fellow.
The priests and magicians are helpless to remove this curse from the waters. Perhaps this Moses is truly sent by a powerful God. If it is so, then it would be wise to release the Hebrews now, before he casts another spell upon us.
You are a timid old fool. If I release the Hebrews, who would build my cities?
Egypt can survive without new cities, O divine one. But not without water.
I will not bend to that Hebrew's threats. Now leave me. Get out. Out!
My husband, there is no water left in the royal kitchen. There is not water even to drink. Perhaps this man Moses is a god himself. It is an awesome curse he has set upon us.
Can it be only the eyes of the Pharaoh which see through this Hebrew deception?
I thirst, Father.
The palace wine is good. Drink your fill, my son.
He is just a boy.
He is the son of the Pharaoh. If I were to release the Hebrew slaves, there would be no one left to build your cities. Do you believe I should free these slaves, my little prince?
No, Father. They are my slaves, too.
Just so. We will never let them go, eh? We shall laugh at their tricks.
What is the reason for this outrage? Who is responsible in Hotel?
The Hebrew Moses, divine one. He preached in the city that he will call on his God to send down new plagues, one after the other, while the Hebrews are kept in chains.
Moses, have you turned into a superstitious idiot too? This is the season of the frogs. They have just come up from the river, that's all.
The frogs are everywhere, Your Grace. They seem to pour down from the very heavens. In the fields, in every house occupied by our people.
Then club them, burn them, hack them, only rid them from my sight.
Who summoned the Hebrews?
It was I, Your Grace.
I issued no such order.
I presumed you wanted to meet with the Hebrew magicians immediately.
You presume too much, my dear. Someday it may cost you your head. I admit your magic is quite masterful, Hebrew, but it begins to lose its amusement. As you are but men, the sparkle of gold must delight your eye. Name your payment.
As I have said before, let my people go.
And if I give my consent, how soon is your part of the bargain carried out?
Set me a time,
Before the rise of the sun.
so that you shall know there's none like the Lord, our God. It shall be done.
Your decision was a wise one, Divine Majesty.
I have no intention of releasing the Hebrew slaves.
But Your Grace...
Do you think the Pharaoh bends to the will of slaves?
I will not see that Hebrew charlatan again. The frogs are gone, the water is clear again. Plagues, rubbish, there never were any plagues, just quirks of some kind. Perhaps, Divine One, perhaps. But the priests believe it is better not to tempt fate.
Better for who? For them. They have grown fat and rich and frightened.
Moses has been at the palace doors for 3 days and 3 nights, Holy Majesty. He threatens Egypt again by the power of his God if you do not honor your promise to free the Hebrews.
Tell that Hebrew that he has Pharaoh's permission to do his worst. And tell him to be gone from my gates while there is still life in his legs.
Look. Insects. Millions of them. They're everywhere. Hordes of them. You see what's happening? They're attacking the Egyptians, but they're not bothering any of us.
What results will you priests? Answers, not excuses. I want to know why we are still infected by these insects after 2 days, in spite of all your idols and caterwauling prayers.
Divine Majesty, we have tried everything. The gods of Egypt have forsaken us, I fear.
Can you tell me why these insects infect only us and not the Hebrews? There must be some ointment that protects them.
The royal carriage awaits, Your Grace.
Be warned, all of you. I have no tolerance for failure. Come, Imhotep. Let us find some answers by ourselves.
Hurry with that wheel before these miserable bugs drive me mad.
It is not the insects that torment you, but the hand of God.
Take no credit for this, you pestilent Hebrew. These insects were blown in by the hot winds of summer, and are not of your doing nor of your gods.
You went back on your word, Pharaoh. You cannot play false before the Lord God.
Egypt will not be judged by any slave god. But we will reward you, Hebrew, even in our anger, if you but give us the potion that you use to turn away these insects.
There is no potion. As you spurn the words of the Lord God, you bring down another plague upon your house and your people.
You seem to have some wizardry for prediction, Hebrew. I too have some, and I predict that should another curse fall upon this land, you shall not live to see it pass.
Wheel is in place, my lord.
Already half of our cattle and oxen are dead. Another drops each minute.
What is it that afflicts them?
It is some mysterious blight that I have never seen before. It is the same everywhere. Our Egyptian cattle and flocks are dead or dying, and yet...
Yet what?
The animals of the Hebrews remain healthy, grow even fatter. Why, Lord Captain?
And God said to me, my hand shall be upon the fields, and a sickness shall beset the beasts of the Egyptians. But nothing shall perish, of those things that belong to the children of Israel.
Yet still the yoke of the Pharaoh enslaves us.
For now, Zedekiah, but the day of deliverance approaches, and you must all root that blessed promise into your hearts and into the hearts of your women and your children.
If I had my way, I would kill every last one of you and burn your villages to the ground. But Pharaoh, our god and master, bids me to discover why most of our animals lay dead or dying. Pharaoh offers a generous reward. Gold, precious stones, and a royal paper of freedom for the man who will tell us of the magic potion that protects your animals.
There is no magic. It is but the hand of God.
You throw back the kind offer of the divine Pharaoh? Well, you will find me harder to refuse. Gather up some hostages from every house in this village. Let us see how many of your women and children you will see killed before you cry out begging me to hear your secret.
Help me, O Lord.
What manner of soldier are you? A speck of dust touches your eye and you wail like an infant? What new treachery have you cursed us with now? I will kill you myself! Come! We must get away from this magician! What is it?
Another Hebrew curse has been set upon us. Our son